Generic greetings and welcome back to Railroads. Today's beverage is perhaps the most bitter substance known to humankind, and that is a pink grapefruit juice that is on its best before date. In fact, it may even be a few days after, which means it is very, very strong indeed. And I think that's the best way to put that. Either way, on the previous video of Railroads, we were once again doing a bit of a challenge, and it was the Bring Everything Back to One City challenge, or whatever we called it, which was to expand from one area and then head out to everywhere else, but everything had to go back to that one city, and it was a successful challenge, but it did take quite a while to do. In this video, we're going to be doing a bit of a chill out, and instead of doing any of things like the country maps with all of the scenario stuff and doing particular challenge, I want to take a look at an island map because I want it to be neither water and neither coast. Now, I thought island hopping was one we haven't done, but I've checked back and we have done that one. Similarly, I think we may have checked out the Mesa Madness, but I want to go ahead in this video and go for the Quad City Lake, which is a custom / multiplayer map. It is a default map that comes with the game. There is no victory conditions other than buy out all of the opponents. I guess you would normally start there, and there, perhaps, so you got one in each quadrant, but it might just randomise us, so we are maybe all on one island and then go from there. But I want to stick near the coast and basically just chill out this one. I don't think I've played this. I have checked in the vault and went through all the videos, and I can't see a video on this, but I must confess I didn't really look too hard. But yeah, if we have played on this, I really can't remember. But let's just go to OK and jump into it. Obviously standard difficulty and everything else, but let's just see what we have. I'm not entirely sure what industry set it's using. It's probably going to use the Northwestern America, because I think a lot of them do that, but we shall see. So let's just pause the game for a moment, and we have been placed in Glen Rock over on the northeast. So we're actually in the northeast, so I guess art imitates life on this one. And we're going to have a quick look around. We've got things like Timonium, and going down the bottom here, checking out things like Ericstown and whatnot. I'm not seeing any other faction, however. Oh no, in towns in here we've got Charles de Gaulle. I'm going to probably check over on the top left then to see if it does place them here. Yeah, there's another one here. That is Napoleon III. Then, oh, here we go. In here we have finally Jay Gould. So yeah, this is actually a nice start. We're on the coast, and I can see that, well, basically, why is that demanding? It's demanding coal because of the power plant. Okay, this one is making stuff. Right, I can see roughly what we need to do here. So I'm going to unpause the game, obviously extend all of these out, and we are going to basically build to a couple of areas. I'm going to run this track up, and I'm going to sort of build it around here, and we're going to go straight over to Gary, and then we'll build that over to our trains, and then we'll say 3 and then 2. That's our standard consists. So there we go, that's fine. And then for the rest of it, I think I want to maybe go for a bit of a double track around about here, I think, which is fine. And then we're going to expand up over to here, but we'll have to sell some of our stock in order to do that. And there we go, we're in Sage, and Sage is something where it's going to make it's going to turn oil into goods. So, well, that's what we want. So hang on, why did that not function? Because I haven't actually placed one of those things called a station. So we will go for max out on that one, wait until full, head over to this area and then clear the cars, and then okay. Later on we may change that and alter it so that we get more stuff going there, or maybe having the train reroute. I'm going to buy out the refinery, and actually I need to sell some stock first. I'm going to buy out the refinery here because we are going to get one train going from the Glenrock Drilling Inc. over to Sage, and then similarly we've got the Sage Oil Company there, so that'll come down. So I guess we'll go ahead and run that now. So there's a bit of a cheeky double track, just a cheeky double track, you understand, and then we'll build that round and up. The problem is we've got this food thing here and this as well, so I'm not entirely sure what we can do there. Food will have to go over there, so it's going to be a bit of a routing nightmare, I think. Anyway, looks like we've managed to win that auction. Nobody else was willing to put any money in, which is fine with me. There's also quite a undulating map by the look of it. Anyway, let's go ahead and max out that oil, wait until full, go there, clear the cars, and then we'll see. Alright, obviously Sage is now producing, or will eventually be producing, the goods, so that's fine. You can see the refinery was actually working there. You get all of these little blasts coming out the top from the chimney, so there we are. And that is trying to go uphill. It's not very successful, but it will get there in the end. What I'm going to do is maybe sell that and then extend here. So we've got that double track there, and that is fine. And what that'll allow me to do is redirect this thing. So I'm going to redirect that. So I'm going to go for modify its route or console. We'll clear that off and we'll go, so maybe say fill up with them goods and then go there, then clear the car. So it gets the oil, takes it to Sage. Then from Sage it converts the oil, and then we bring it down, and then we bring the goods to there. So that's fine. This is actually not producing any goods though, which is a little bit concerning. Mayor of Justenburg solicits railway. Fine, I guess. Let's just go ahead and maybe see about connecting this thing up to here, or maybe even do a double track, because we've got maybe. If I sell the last bit of stock, which I'm not terribly keen on doing, but if I do that to there, actually it's always best to go from a bit of a spur off to that bit. We can build that, yeah, and that will allow us to then bring passengers from Sage over to Gary, and obviously there's people wanting to travel there anyway. So we'll go ahead and go from here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then to there, and then back. So it's just going to go back and forward. That's all it's going to do. And the trains will be able to wait and go in there when they need to. Standard procedure is to do a little bit of a sort of cross-hatching here, but I don't know if it's strictly necessary, but just for the sake of getting it done, we will. This train here is only on the one line, so it doesn't go off a different one. We can produce paper here, so what I'm going to do is go for a cheeky double track. Again, just a cheeky one. And then over to the Sage Sawmill Company here. That'll allow us to obviously get all of that lumber there and then bring it back. So we'll say from there, max it out please and thank you, and then wait until full, go to there, and then clear the car and then go back. I may eventually see, well, if I can find the industry, which is that, we can actually go down here and supply to Townsend. We can supply some stuff over there, so that's fine. We may go to that island later on. I'm trying to stick to my island. That wasn't actually the original challenge, but it might be an interesting challenge to undertake there. From Gary here, you can see this is, it's concerning. There's a power plant here, so we can turn the coal and the oil into basically for the power plant. That's not a really good product. What we want to do ideally is turn it into steel, so say buy out, once it gets bigger, buy out say something that can do that, and then once we've got that, transfer the steel over to, oh, there's the 260 Mogul there, freight train preferred, over to Glenrock. That's something we may go ahead and do. Let's just put it to max speed here because, well, there's no reason not to. And I'm also going to start buying out a bit of my stock because I'm very aware that we don't own any of our stock and everybody else owns at least half of their own company, which is always a useful thing to own. I am going to, I think, this is going to be quite difficult. I'm going to do a bit of a double track in here, and then this one I'm going to upgrade to a station, then straight to a terminal. In fact, all of them I really want to upgrade to terminals sooner rather than later because we are playing very tall rather than wide if we're only sticking to our island, at least for the beginning. That's not a hard and fast rule. It wasn't a condition of our of our game at the start. Like I said, there's more of a chill out one. When do we actually start anyway? 1857 we're on there, so okay. Not going to upgrade the locos just yet. I don't see any big reason to do that. That oil company is really kicking out some product. It really is. And there we go. There's all three upgraded to a terminal. Remember, the first place you start always starts at the max level, which in this case is a terminal. So from here then, I'm going to run this across, and I want to... What's this here? A new speed record, 39 miles per hour near Gary Terminal, and that is by us as well. So, got a little accolade for us there. So this is going to have our bit of track going to there. This is going to bring the oil. Now, sorry, this is going to bring the coal. The problem with this coal is it is going to be used by the power plant. And I'm not a big fan of that because you don't get any intermediary product off it. You are just... I really want that power plant before we bring product to it. I'm going to start buying it out, but I have a feeling someone's going to bid on it. But we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, straight away, Jay. But we've just got a bit more money, so I can start bidding on it. Looks like we're going to get it for all the 2s. Job done. Right, fine. So from here then, I'm going to double track to there. Connect from there to there. And then from here, we're going to bridge right over. And that looks really nice. That's a nice level grade, I think. And this is the food production. And from there, this is the Sage Grain Farms. Wait until full. Close that. Go there. Clear the car. Job done. Problem is, we don't own the food plant. We will try and change that now. Jay Gould has other ideas. But I'm also not transferring the product anywhere. There we go. That's now done. So, city's too small for building here. That's a bit of a shame. I'm going to track over to here. No grade. See, it's just cut through the land there. And from that, max it out, go there, clear the cars. Probably don't even need to clear the cars. It's so, it's so close. In fact, let me alter that. I'm just gonna, yeah, just say go back and forward. By the time it like deconstructs the train and then builds it, essentially, it's going to be too much of a problem. I am now going to go straight over to a steel mill, which converts coal to steel. So that costs £500,000, which, as you can see, we are very close to getting, actually. But this is a big gamble. Lots of bigs in this one, all the big gambles. US expands by leaps and bounds. Okay, that's a thing, I guess. And just waiting for the rest of these. This Glenrock Drilling Inc. is really lagging behind, whereas the Sage Oil Company is roaring ahead. It really is. There's the Berkshire Malleable Rails patent, which is very, very good indeed. So we're going to put a cheeky bid on that one. 25% cheaper to build rails. You know what? You do you. You can have that. I'm going to go for a steel mill. We own it now outright, which means I now have to transfer steel back and forward. The steel we produce here, we will be bringing back to Glenrock, and the cars we produce in Glenrock we'll bring back to Gary. It should require steels, I believe. You can see they are trying to bid on this here. 25% cheaper rails is really good. Someone else has put a bid on it. I think I put it to a slow speed by accident there. Right, they can have that. Not really bothered. I'm bothered immensely, but, you know, I'm not going to show it. It's going to be 295 grand to build up to here, which is acceptable. So there we are. So from here, we have got steel, and they are also steel and food, in fact, I believe, because they are producing both. Is that stuck? Oh, these are all stuck. Right, okay. We're going to have to alter this up slightly by doing that, and then doing that. Alright, so that can go on any of those three. See, these here that come along, it's a bit more problematic. And from here, I'll do that, so we can go on any of those. From this point, connect to there. Connect to there. Similar thing for that side, but there you are. So we are on... Oh, we're actually on a decent amount of money. Over $1 million that was. So I'm just going to go ahead and buy as much stock as I can. Stock exchange scandal. World markets in panic. Just a total coincidence that I happened to buy out loads of stock and then the prices hit the dirt. Okay, so from here we are going to build a vehicle, a train, should I say, that goes to there. And that's pretty much all we need. Okay. Is that right? Yeah. And these goods aren't going anywhere, are they? No, this should be carrying the goods. I'm going to alter this. From there, don't wait until full. That seems to be the bottleneck. Half cost to build bridges. I very much like that, but no, we're going to stick with this. We're going to stick on here. There's the steel and the food going to Glen Rock. Glen Rock will produce, eventually, automobiles. So I'm going to take, yeah, there's the automobiles. I will just say take 5 and then some passengers and mail, because why not? Then okay. Should be good. That should be alright. And I've just realised just how much money we have compared to a lot of these competitors. What are they doing? It's because they're spending all this money on trying to go to different islands. Maybe? I would have thought they'd have went over this side. Either way, I'm buying out Jay. I'm buying out Charles de Gaulle. I might as well start getting rid of some competitors, quite honestly. Gonna have a quick look around to see if there's any other industry that I can find. There is Earl over there, which takes oil and turns into consumer goods, I think it is. There's also a livestock company there. Where could we potentially bring that to? We're not too sure. 50 miles an hour. Nice. 50 odd miles an hour. Alright. It's going to be a bit of an... Oh, can't we build underneath? No. So from here... I need to go over there. But I'd need to bridge around. So instead, I'll have to build from, say, here. Then up and over. To this. And we will build a stockyard. So again, there's another million spent. And there we go, job done. Look at all consumer goods coming from that. It's working out very well. Very well indeed. There you go. The Parsons steam turbine patent. Increased freight pulling power for all trains. It would be very silly of us not to get that. You can see I'm buying out Jay here. I own 70% of his stock, 80% of his stock. And also Charles, I own a fair bit of their stock. This might be a very short game. I'm going to just put the game to a normal speed, and I'm going to go through now. Ah, good. That popped up just as I was about to upgrade all of the trains. The 280 consolidation. So let's upgrade this one. So this is not bad, I don't think. What we got, it was running that. Yeah. So it's just better. Alright. So any of these we can upgrade. I'm also going to check the... I'm going to check what it does. Oh, you know what we can do? We can load loads of paper here. It's going to say, you know, there's no point because it doesn't go anywhere that needs it. Correct. But if we produce a newspaper here... Sell newspaper. And now it requires paper. And we are building... oh, sorry, we're producing paper over at this location. Wow. I wouldn't have thought that we'd managed to do something like this. 3 really, really... I was going to say cities, was actually metropolises. Metropolizers? Anyway. We've got those. Good. So, as I was going ahead and upgrading these, I'm guessing some of them are not going to be that great. They'll be stuck in places. How many trains do we have? Less than 10 or around that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 exactly. Let's... Yeah. Automobiles is the most expensive. Just going to pause it. Go here. Industry leaders. We're maxed out on steel, 100%. Most of it, it's us. Okay. So trains, going to go from the top down. Profit is... We're in profit. There you go. That's pretty good. This one. Profit, profit. Ooh, that's really good. Look at that. So this train here, it's just a 3-2 passengers and mail, and it's over 2 million profit. This one, 1.5 million. This one, which is only over 500,000. Quarter of a million, 74, it's a bit garbage, we've recently built it. 750,000, and then not much at all. I would have thought the one that brings automobiles would be the best one. But apparently not. I just pressed space there to unpause, but it doesn't do that. Space actually just flattens everything, so it flattens all the trees and gets rid of all of the buildings just for when you're probably placing more track. It shouldn't be much of a surprise to say that this is game over. We've already won. Unless one of them... Bushfires incinerate local forests. Oh, that's horrible. Anyway, as I was saying, we've already won this. Unless one of them has been saving up all his cash, there's no way for us to win it. Let's see what they've been up to. Oh, they finally bridged across. Jay Gould is coming to steal my coal. Okay. And that's a long... that's really good. I don't think I've seen an AI be that, like, expansive. Just, right, we're going over here and just run it. You can see in Dillonville, I think it is. This is big. That's a metropolis. What's it got in terms of industry? Furniture and food plant. So, okay, the AI has done well, but... Oh, that's why. They've probably been spending all the money on these massive trestles. On these huge steel bridges to get to another part of the map. Same over here. That's a ludicrously expensive thing, especially sort of early game. Right, okay. So that's probably what happened there. Whereas ourselves, we've stuck to the one island. And it's worked out very well. Because we've upgraded everything where we can, be very efficient, bought industries. Not just bought industries as in on the cities like where we start. I actually don't even own the paper mill or automobile factory here, so that's a big misplay by myself as well. If we bought those out, we probably would have won by now. Yeah, but we bought or created 3 industries. That's 1.5 million. Was it 3 industries that we did? We placed the steel mill. We placed the newspaper. I think we placed the stockyard as well. Either way, we very much... Oh, that Napoleon. Cheeky. Putting a cheeky bid on that. Either way, buying all this out has certainly worked out. I love that where it is as well on the next to the sea. That's pretty nice. Glenrock as well. So, I wonder if it's the map and a combination between the map and the AI, as in it just doesn't really know how to deal with islands. Obviously it's focusing on getting the stuff it needs to get and moving elsewhere. I'm also trying to think... Oh, you've gained control of the railroad. This is Charles de Gaulle. And normally this doesn't pop up straight away. Normally you have to buy up the remaining of their stock. They didn't have any stock. Liquidate. Wow. Jay Gould. We'll buy them out. Liquidate. And buy... Liquidate. And, yeah, we're back to just an island of our own, and all you can see is where all the rail stuff used to be. All the ballast and the grading and stuff, and all the stuff where we've dug it out. And that's it. That's their legacy. And we are able to buy the last of our stock out. I wonder if it would be the same if we were to gone across the islands and bought out. Well, sorry, across the islands and basically built bridges and all that and expended the money that way. Would it have worked out? I don't know. The fun may be in finding out in a different video. Either way, we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of railroads. And a very fun one. Not an overly challenging task. We didn't even set out for this to be a challenge. It was just a little bit of a play on this map. And it's been good. If you have any ideas for what we could have done differently, or maybe your opinions in terms of whether we should have expanded to other islands, etc., I would like to hear them. Also, any ideas for challenges and whatnot, what maps you would prefer, what challenges you may set, all of that sort of then, by all means, let me know in the comments. Hope you have enjoyed it and hopefully it's been a chill one for you. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.